Hi, it's me, Tracy, your literary companion. Now is the season of Thanksgiving, and today I wanted to share some books that have helped me to slow down, to breathe a little deeper, and see the world through gentler eyes and hopefully a larger, kinder heart. Books of stories that offer appreciation, love, hope, and quiet joy. The kind that linger long after the last page is turned, as well as some poetry that is relatable and lifts the heart. Nonfiction to inspire and offer insight, as well as some interactive tools like journals and workbooks that will help to cultivate daily practices like a daily gratitude practice. So if your heart has been craving peace, and if your mind needs a place to rest, even just a gentle reminder of life's simple beauty, I have gathered a bunch of beautiful books that will offer you soul medicine for the thankful heart. Sometimes life moves so quickly that we forget to pause and simply be, or be thankful for the small things, the quiet beauty of an autumn morning like this morning. It's a little bit foggy. A warm cup of tea, a story that reminds us that we're not alone, and in a world that sometimes feels a little too heavy, the books that I'm sharing are ones that helped me keep looking for the light in the dark. And this is not about escapism. These are books that offer something much more profound than just a mere escape. It's about embracing life, love, hope, and all the reasons to be thankful. And there is much to be thankful for, even in tough times. Thanksgiving season is here, and this is a little bookish offering from my heart to yours, a collection of books that could also serve as a gift-giving guide for the holiday season ahead. And a book is always a great gift. Starting with some literary fiction, stories with themes of second chances, appreciation, the gift of community, and small joys that are woven into the narratives. The Secret Life of Bees by Sue Monk Kidd. Here we follow 14-year-old Lily Owens as she escapes her troubled home and seeks the truth about her mother's past. Taken in by three beekeeping sisters in the state of South Carolina, Lily discovers love, forgiveness, and the power of feminine community amid the racial tensions of America in the 1960s. It's a story with great emotional depth that has touches of humor laced throughout, and really well-developed characters. We follow their struggles, their triumphs, and it lingers long in the heart after reading. A real coming-of-age story that explores themes of family, healing, and gratitude for life's small blessings. A Man Called Ove by Frederick Bachman. This heartwarming story follows Ove, a grumpy widower whose life changes quite dramatically when a lively young family moves in next door to him. Through unexpected friendships and acts of kindness, Ove rediscovers purpose in his life, love, and connection. This novel really beautifully illustrates how gratitude for the people around us really can change our perspective and bring meaning to our lives. The Keeper of Lost Things by Ruth Hogan follows Anthony Perdue, an aging writer who collects lost objects to atone for a kind of broken promise. After his death, his assistant Laura inherits his house and his mission, uncovering the touching stories behind each of the items he's collected. through these connections, Laura finds her own healing, love, connection, and a renewed sense of purpose in her life. This novel is truly a celebration of connection, kindness, and the gratitude we feel for the small, meaningful moments of life, and is a beautiful, thought-provoking read about love, loss, and the magic of things and people we come across along the way of life. I have a few book ideas for children, illustrated stories that would be great for younger readers. Thank You, Omu by Olga Morda. This tells the story of a kind woman named Omu who cooks a delicious stew whose aroma draws her whole neighborhood, all of her neighbors in. She generously shares her meal with everyone who comes by, only to find her pot empty by her own dinner time. In a heartwarming twist, the whole community comes together and shows their gratitude for her and for each other with a shared feast. This is such a beautifully illustrated story about generosity and the spirit of community. And this would be a perfect book for discussing acts of generosity, kindness, and gratitude with young children, readers aged 3 through 6. This is such a sweet story. The Gratitude Jar by Katrina Liu. This is such a delightful story that follows little Kawaii as she learns to appreciate the simple joys of everyday life as a child. With her mom's help, she creates a gratitude jar to capture those moments of thankfulness. Through this really lovely and sweet story, children can learn the power of positivity and the happiness that comes from counting one's blessings, from noticing one's blessings in life. It is a really beautifully illustrated book for children and adults too, about really collecting and connecting with those moments of gratitude and making your own gratitude jar as well. This is an ideal book for families with ages 2 through 7 children. The Thankful Book by Todd Parr. This has become something of a Thanksgiving classic for families with young children ages 2 to 4. With its bright, colorful illustrations, this is a simple book for young readers that celebrates the little things to be thankful for, and everything from hugs to pets to family and laughter. It is such a cheerful, heartful reminder to find gratitude every single day. Great for the young, but also the young at heart too. A few book offerings for middle grade and young adult readers. The First Rule of Punk by Celia C. Perez. Here we follow 12-year-old Malu, a punk-loving girl who struggles to fit in after moving to a new area, to a new school. Through music, zines, skateboarding, and trying to stay true to herself, she learns the importance of self-expression and embracing her heritage and finding community where she is. It is a really sweet celebration of creativity, culture, and confidence, personal expression, things to be thankful for. This novel is ideal for middle-aged kids ranging 10 to 12. The Thing About Jellyfish by Ali Benjamin. In this novel, we meet 12-year-old Susie as she grapples with the sudden death of her best friend. Convinced that a jellyfish sting caused the accident to her friend, she embarks on a scientific journey to make sense of her loss. It's a really poignant and beautifully written story about grief, friendship, and the search for understanding when we are hurt and confused, and learning to appreciate the people and moments that we have, the moments that we have, the people around us. This is an excellent way to help young people with the rather big and sometimes heavy topic of grief. Another great book for middle-aged book readers, ages 10 to 12. I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. This is a YA novel that tells the story of 13-year-old fraternal twins, Noah and Jude, whose close bond is shattered by tragedy and secrets. This is told from alternating perspectives, and the novel explores love, loss, and transformation, the power of art and self-discovery at a tender point in life. It is rather poetic and very profoundly emotional, a really beautifully crafted story about family dynamics, identity, and the process of growing up, forgiveness, and just how precious life is. Of course, it wouldn't be one of my reading roundups without a little poetry. The Catalog of Unabashed Gratitude by Ross Gay. This is a celebrated collection that really explicitly names gratitude in its title. It reflects on life, loss, nature, abundance, and what it truly means to give thanks. With his warmth and charm and usual sweet humor, Ross Gay reflects on gratitude, love, and our human connections. We are invited to notice and savor the truly fleeting, often overlooked moments that make life so meaningful. And to see that gratitude isn't only for the good times. Ross Gay intertwines loss, impermanence, and sorrow with thankfulness, making it a theme all the richer for that sweet depth. The Best of It, New and Selected Poems by Kay Ryan. They're not exclusively about the topic of gratitude. The poems collected here are an invitation to contemplate life, to wonder, to appreciation, how gratitude often grows out of noticing the simple things. The poems are rather small scale, very concise, but very deep. Ryan captures all the humor, beauty, complexity, and sometimes the folly of human experience. And Yet by Kate Baer. This is a powerful poetry collection that navigates love, loss, motherhood, and the resilience of women, the complexities of relationships, all kinds of relationships, and one's place in the world. With raw honesty and lyrical grace, Baer captures all the complexities of emotions and the strength found within vulnerability. It's a really moving exploration of life's deep challenges and the hope that persists despite them. This is a contemporary poetry collection that touches on very universal themes and makes it very easy to connect with gratitude in the small moments. A couple of books that intersect gratitude with spirituality, mindfulness, and deeper reflection. The Book of Joy, Lasting Happiness in a Changing World by His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, and Archbishop Desmond Tutu. This book has such a heartful starting point to spiritual friends celebrating a birthday, like friends do. And what came of a week-long dialogue about topics of joy, gratitude, and resilience in the face of adversity. True joy isn't dependent on our external circumstances, but rooted in how we respond internally and relate to others. The Dalai Lama and Desmond Tutu identify 8 pillars of joy, of the mind, perspective, humility, humor, and acceptance, and of the heart being forgiveness, gratitude, compassion, and generosity. These 8 pillars are practical qualities to cultivate a lasting sense of joy. This book was originally published about a decade ago, and I find that the themes are very much relevant to today as we live in a world that is rapidly changing and sometimes feels like it's falling apart. There is a journal that goes along with this book that pairs very well with this book for making a really deep reading and reflective journaling experience in tandem. In the midst of all the media blasts at us 24/7, we need more than ever to remember how to exercise the heart, keep the muscles of love moving. Love, empathy, compassion, gratitude, generosity, and keep it growing. Simple Abundance, 365 Days of Balanced, Joyful Life by Sarah Bon Breathnock. This is a reflective, year-long guide that encourages readers to cultivate gratitude, simplicity, and inner peace in their daily lives. Through short and inspirational essays, there is a lot of practical advice. The book blends personal anecdotes with spiritual wisdom and seasonal themes to help us readers rediscover joy in life's daily moments. It emphasizes the power of mindfulness, the importance of self-care, and appreciating life's simple pleasures as pathways to a more fulfilling experience of life. It is a charming, heartwarming way to reignite life and appreciation for it. Workbooks and journals are great for taking what the mind reflects on and getting it out into practice, into our lives. Gratitude Works, a 21-day program for creating emotional prosperity by Robert A. Emmons. This is a personal course on implementing positive psychology in one's daily life. It's a kind of a how-to for making gratitude journaling really work beyond just noting things down. Gratitude, the act of being thankful, is a choice. And if we fail to choose it, our default will become ingratitude. Something to think about, I think. It is a workout for the heart, and like exercise, if we don't use it or cultivate it, we lose it and become caught in emotional atrophy, basically. This book is great if you are feeling a bit low in life and need a reset. I can really recommend it. The Gratitude Explorer Workbook, guided practices, meditations, and reflections for cultivating gratefulness in daily life by Christy Nelson and a network for grateful living. This is an interactive workbook that invites you to build a daily gratitude practice through writing prompts, guided meditations, and reflections. There are plenty of space in this journal and ways to personalize it for your experience, and taking you and your awareness of those moments, those gratitude moments, and reframing your outlook into learning how to engage with gratitude as a deep way of living, a meaningful way of living. The book is packed with a lot of great prompts. This is a beautiful book for next level leading with the heart living. I can really recommend this guidebook too. Gratitude has a quiet way of changing us. Not all at once, but gently, very gently. It's something we notice, something we choose again and again in small, quiet, meaningful moments. It's having the courage to stop and see with our hearts wide open. And these books remind me that even in the midst of ordinary days, even difficult times, there's so much to be thankful for. If one of these stories, one of these books spoke to your heart, I hope you'll carry that feeling with you into your reading, into your days, and the way you see the world. If you have a book that fills your heart with thankfulness, I would love to hear about it in the comments and add it to my own reading list. Let's keep sharing the stories and the ones that help us to be softer, kinder, and more alive together. Thank you for being here, for reading along with me, and for choosing gratitude, one page at a time. And so until next time, for one more book and one more cup, take care. And if you celebrate the Thanksgiving season, I wish you many blessings, and I send you much love as always. I will see you again here very soon.